Hi, I'm Dr. Nina Savell-Rocklin. I'm a psychoanalyst specializing in binge eating disorder. And in this video, I'm going to talk about binge eating and sabotage. If you stick around till the end, you'll be able to identify exactly what's keeping you stuck so you can take steps to stop the sabotage and live a binge-free, happy life. Yes, it is possible. Getting rid of binge eating is a long journey. When your relationship with food improves, you might experience a pull towards food again. You may sabotage your success or even relapse. So, why does this happen? What is keeping you stuck, and how do you deal with it? So, first, why do you self-sabotage? Well, this might sound a little strange, but success can be scary. You might think, well, that sounds crazy. Of course, I want to lose weight. That doesn't make me nervous. It's what I want more than anything. I want to be successful. Yeah, that's logical. But our minds don't always behave logically. Often, it's not logical, it's psychological. Our mind has its own ways of interpreting things. Now, there are 7 kinds of fears that may linger inside your unconscious mind. So let's understand what they are and how they sabotage your efforts to be binge free. Here's what might be keeping you stuck. Number 1, fear of success. Again, it sounds counterintuitive, but success can be scary. Once we succeed, we often worry about whether we'll be able to maintain that success. After all, it can be easier to just not succeed in the first place. And when we don't reach our goals, we don't have to worry about losing ground or being humiliated by visibly regaining weight. I mean, that is the worst, isn't it? Like you go on a diet or you have weight loss surgery, you lose all this weight, and then you gain it. The worst. So one way of avoiding that is never to have it happen in the first place. Also, your relationships might change when you lose weight. Sometimes people aren't the same as they used to be. One client realized that what kept her connected with some friends was their mutual wish to lose weight. And once she was no longer joining in their diet talk, they all had less to say to each other, and she felt a real loss. So she lost weight, but she lost these friendships. Once you become binge free, you may also feel like you have less in common with certain people, or that your weight loss may invite their jealousy or even their envy. So that's fear of success. 2 is fear of failure. Fear of failure is related to perfectionism, rejection, and judgment. Many of us feel bad about ourselves when we fail at a goal. We're conditioned to see failure as something wrong. So we feel like a failure. We personalize failure rather than seeing it as a stepping stone to success. So what if I fail? Oh my God, what if I fail? That can be a powerful motivator to stop giving it our best. 3rd is fear of expectation. When we think about becoming binge free or reaching a specific weight goal, we start to have expectations about what life will be like, what life will be like on the other side of the bathroom scale. The fear of expectation means that on some level, you believe that by changing your weight, you will change your life. If you think that when you stop binging and lose weight, you're going to start dating, you're going to find a new job, have a baby, go to grad school, leave your partner, or take some risk, then there's a lot of expectation about what you'll gain in life by losing weight. But here's the thing. What if your life doesn't change? The idea of not living up to expectations can be too much, so you just give up before you meet your goal. Fear of impulsivity. One of my clients confessed that she feared that if she lost weight, she would cheat on her husband. So whenever she got close to her 130-pound dream goal, she celebrated with ice cream. And then she'd binge for a month before starting another diet, and the diet binge cycle would just continue. Diet binge, diet binge. As long as she was focused on losing weight, she wasn't thinking about her unsatisfying marriage, because there's a reason she wanted to cheat on her husband. A good way to proceed is to ask yourself what your hopes and fears are about creating this change. What is one thing you'd do if you became binge free and you didn't think about food all the time? Just one thing. Maybe you could do it now. When you face your fears about the future, they lose their power. Fear of objectification. Sometimes weight becomes the way to protect yourself from the unwanted gaze of others and from physical intimacy. This is especially true for people who have negative experiences with intimacy and are often afraid of being viewed as objects. So, whether they were sexually abused or shamed in some way about their appearance, they try to disappear from view by being overweight. Makes them feel invisible. If you're invisible, you're not going to be objectified or hurt or used. So, if any of these fears resonate with you, it's important to figure out why you're afraid of this kind of attention, why you're afraid of sexual or romantic attention. Start working through your associations to intimacy and relationships by considering what you fear will happen if you feel attractive. What's going to happen and why? Fear of intimacy. Okay, remember Julia Roberts' character in the movie Runaway Bride and her changing preferences for eggs? So if you've never seen the movie, I'm not giving anything away, but the type of eggs she liked depended on the kind of eggs her fiancés liked. She didn't know what kind of eggs she liked. Many of us believe on some level that we have to give up ourselves to be in a relationship. If you think relationships will drain you or change you, or you have to be the way your partner is, like their same eggs, you might tell yourself you can't be in a relationship until you lose weight. And that means when you start getting healthier, it scares you on some level. Oh my God, now you're going to have to date. You're going to get in a relationship. You're going to lose yourself. And you end up binging again. When you perceive relationships as healthy and associate intimacy with increasing your enjoyment of life, you will not fear them. When we have fulfilling relationships, we stop seeking companionship and literal fulfillment from food. Last is fear of happiness. Look, we yearn for happiness. Who doesn't want to be happy? But on another level, many of us are afraid that if we get too happy, the proverbial rug will be pulled out from underneath us. So what do? We don't allow ourselves to become too happy. We sabotage ourselves. Now, why is that? Okay, maybe you attach a positive meaning to unhappiness. True artists must suffer. It's noble to struggle. Suffering makes you a better person. That can translate into a notion that you're a good person if you suffer and a bad person if you embrace joy and feel good. When you allow yourself to trust the idea that happiness can last, you'll allow yourself to stay on track without sabotaging your efforts. So, which of these 7 fears can you most identify with? Take out a notepad, open your computer, open up your notes on your phone, write down which kinds of sabotage resonate with you. And there can definitely be more than one. Identifying the true reasons behind self-sabotage is the first step to creating lasting change. And yes, it really can last. So now that you've identified it, here's how to deal with self-sabotage, because we don't want to just go, okay, that's what it is. Now we have to know what to do instead. So first, be compassionate, really compassionate to you. Be kind to yourself. Look, we all make mistakes. Don't shame yourself. Your self-talk influences the way you feel, and the way you feel affects what you do, and it affects your self-esteem. So speak to yourself the way you speak to a friend. Don't make mistakes your identity. And don't believe that you don't have the ability to change it. You do. Acknowledge progress. There's an old proverb, I'm not sure where it's from, maybe Chinese or Japanese: fall down 7 times, get up 8. It's normal to fall on your journey to change your relationship with yourself and with food. It's normal to fall on any kind of change you're creating. What's important is that you get back up and keep going, and that you learn from each of those experiences. When you know why you fell, you can make changes. And also, look, nobody ever sat down at the piano or any instrument and just started playing. We have to learn where to put our fingers, how to make sounds, how to play chords, and then we have to keep practicing until we're finally able to play. So strive for progress, not perfection. Neutralize fear. Future fears make you have here and now worries about something that may or may not occur in the future. This is what if thinking about what could happen. What if that happens? What if it doesn't? It causes real anxiety in the present about an event that has not occurred. What if I gain weight after eating that cookie or that sandwich or that pizza or that cake? What if I can never, ever, ever stop eating? What if I have to struggle with this for the rest of my life? What if I ask someone out on a date and I get rejected? The antidote to future fears is to stay present in the here and now. So replace what if to what is. What if is fear, what is facts, reality, and what you know to be true in the present. It's what's actually true, and it grounds you in reality. And so you could say, instead of what if I gain weight, I am the same weight I was this morning. I am working on a new approach to stop binging. My friends and colleagues find me friendly and approachable. I'm not going to be a different person. When you think of what is actually happening, you're less likely to feel anxious, worried, upset about what might happen. Also, create a vision of the future. This is different from what if. This is creating a vision of it, not fearing it. Because if you can imagine it, you can create it. If you don't know where you want to be, how will you get there? And how will you know when you're there? So one way to do that is to create a vision board, which is a visual depiction of how you want your life to look. It is a visual that shows what success and happiness actually looks like. So let's imagine your ideal life. Consider what your day looks like in that life. Think about the people you're going to interact with each day. What's your job? What do you do for fun? Look through magazines or a newspaper, go online, print out words, images, whatever that appeal to you. Find images that fit your vision or just words. When you create your vision and watch yourself grow into this new life, you're going to feel amazing. Self-sabotage is a lot trickier when you know exactly what you want and you know that you can have it. Sabotage is not the end of your binge-free journey, but is rather a part of it. So instead of feeling bad if you sabotage yourself, learn from the experience and keep going. You've got this. To learn more about becoming binge-free forever, read my book, The Binge Cure, 7 Steps to Outsmart Emotional Eating, where I present step-by-step strategies and tools for you to make peace with food forever. If you have any questions, comment below and I'll be happy to respond to you. The book is available in all formats on Amazon, including audiobook, where I read it to you.